Hi guys, my name is Chanel Williams. I am the CEO of a company called Thai Elite Network that stands for Transformation, Inspiration, and Empowerment. My company specializes in action-packed personal growth and development, customized strategic life planning, guided implementation, and personal and professional maintenance in the four quadrants of life. That is spiritual growth, that's holistic health, relationships with yourself, with other people, also with your finances as well. Aside from my company, I am also the founder of a nonprofit organization called Elite Phoenixes of America, Inc., which is short for EPOA. And through EPOA, we contribute to the uprise of the urban community by providing strategic methods that are designed to eliminate poverty, distress, crime, hardships, and adversity for low-income individuals and families. Aside from that, I'm also the creator of the Developing Your Phoenix Move experience. So, as you can see, I've decided to take a seat because this conversation that we're going to have at this very moment is one that is extremely interesting. And I think that in order for this conversation to have its maximum effect on you or in your life, I think that it is important for us to be 100% honest with ourselves when we're having this type of conversation. So, I'm going to ask a question. And after I ask this question, I want you to just take a moment. You could pause this video, take a moment, and really think about this question that I'm asking you. Do not lie to yourself. Don't hesitate. Just be as 100% transparent and honest with yourself as you can be. So the question is it that you truly don't have time for that big goal or that big dream that you have? Or is it that you really just don't want it bad enough? Right now, our country is in what is called a state of emergency with the coronavirus and aka COVID-19 situation. And when I tell you that I know for a fact that it has definitely taken a toll out on families all across the globe, individuals all across the globe. But also just watching how, like, I would scroll through my Facebook timeline and I would see, please pray for my cousin. My cousin just, came down with COVID-19. Please pray for my mother. Please pray for my aunt. And I'm like, wow, like, this is crazy. And it's crazy for me because I'm like, in these types of times, it's hard to focus on building your dream and building your goal and staying focused on the things that you want. But the message that I want to give out right now is that COVID-19 can be your mental prison or it can be your get out of jail free card. And when I said, I know some people are probably like, what the hell is she talking about? Right? I'm saying this from the standpoint because everything that's going on with the whole COVID-19 situation, it caused us to go into a state of quarantine. And during quarantine, a lot of people are sitting at home, you're eating, you're sleeping, you're doing whatever it takes to kind of pass the day by. Some people are having family time, which is definitely a great thing. I think this is the moment where families should come together and they should connect with each other and really rebuild those bonds that may have been broken in some cases. But while you're doing all of those things, when you really think about what's really happening, some people have been so busy. Like, this has been your life. You've been going. You never really have time to take care of yourself. You've never really had time to just breathe and just inhale and exhale. Like, you just never had that time to just be. And this is your opportunity to allow yourself to just be. But in the time where you're allowing yourself to just be, and we're patiently, impatiently, however we're waiting, because at the end of the day, we're all still waiting, right? We're waiting for all of this to finally come to an end. But during that time of wait, what exactly are you doing to make sure that when all of this is over with, you're going to be in a healthy space? Physically, financially, mentally, emotionally. What are we doing to make sure that you're going to be in a better place? So what I want to do is I want to share with you 3 things that will not only pass the time for you, but it's also going to give you that boost that you're going to need once all of this is over with, once the COVID-19, the quarantine is over with, it's going to give you everything that you need to make sure that you're in a better space. So the first thing you want to do is focus on your personal growth and development. I say about a few years ago when I was 19, a few years ago, right? Wink, wink. But when I was 19, I was exposed to entrepreneurship, right? And when I got my first mentor, the first thing my mentor told me was, Chanel, you need to personally develop yourself. And of course, being young, I'm like, whatever, right? And I will honestly say that the moment I decided to personally develop myself, I got into reading more books. I started, focusing more on the inside and being more in tune and connected to myself. I got more in tune with my spiritual growth in the same process. So I think that when it comes down to personal growth and development, it is a very extremely powerful point because it assists in the process of setting the foundation. And we know, like, everybody knows that without having a spiritual foundation, everything else will crumble, it will fall, it won't work. Like, no matter what you try to do, you will never really experience a full total life balance. You will never experience what true happiness really looks like. Like, everything would just kind of be like this. It'll be like a teeter-totter, just out of place, just out of place. So when I think about personal growth and development, it's the way to get your mind in order. It's the way to get your spirit intact. It's the way to get your body in order. Your self-confidence level will go up through the roof. You'll learn how to heal yourself. You'll learn how to forgive other people. You'll learn how to forgive yourself in the process. Like, it will take your life to a whole new level. You'll start to clear out all the emotional blockages that may have been hindering your growth for years, that you didn't even know that you still was holding on to. Because I've met a lot of people during my time. My business has been around since 2016. And over the years, like, I've met a lot of clients who would think that they're completely over certain things. And then through personally developing themselves, they realize that, dang, I didn't know I was dealing with that still. And I'm telling you, it's a very serious eye-opening moment to finally face your demons head on and to be 100% transparent with yourself. And the way that you can be transparent with other people is to first be transparent with yourself. So before you can get to that place, nothing else would really work. So yes, personal development is the very first thing that you have to do. So the second thing that you have to do, number two, the second thing that you have to do after you've gone through your process of developing yourself, and of course, personally developing yourself is an ongoing process. It never stops. Like, you're going to be doing that until the day that you leave this place, okay? But the second thing that you want to do is you want to strategically create a plan of action. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is because there's a lot of people who, before this whole COVID-19 situation came about, before the quarantine took effect, there was some things that you wanted to do in your life, but you just couldn't find the time to do it. You was like running. You were running. Everything for you was like this. Like, it was go, 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 go. Now you have the opportunity to actually start mapping those things out that you've always wanted to do and create a plan of action to getting those things done. So once this is all over with, you've already created your roadmap. You know which way you got to go. You know the things that you have to do. You've literally pinpointed every single thing, the steps, the milestones, the goals to achieve whatever that end result is. So right now is your best time to begin working on not just yourself, but working on that legacy, that big dream, that big goal that you've always wanted to work on. So the third and final thing. My second favorite. Spirituality is number one, but this one right here, you guys, is my second favorite. And with the third thing, your thing is to indulge in financial education and learn about investments, learn about credit repair, learn about obtaining credit lines, learn about the power of group economics. This is key. Because when you recognize all of the power that we have as a united force to come together and start making the necessary changes in our communities, it changes everything. We already have the buying power. All it takes is for us to come together so that we can have the greatest impact amongst our people. When I tell you that this is a very important piece to the puzzle of transforming not just your life, but the life of everybody else who you're connected to in your community, just period. Like, it will transform everybody's life if we focus on building generational wealth sincerely. Because building generational wealth means to make sure that my neighbor has the opportunity to also build generational wealth, and my neighbor's neighbor, and my sister, my brother, my cousin, my aunt, my uncle, we all have the opportunity to generate generational wealth by coming together and practicing group economics. When I tell you how powerful that is, when I tell you that there are some things financially that a lot of us have not been taught because we didn't know what we just didn't know, and our parents couldn't teach it to us because guess what? They didn't know what they just didn't know, and vice versa, and so forth and so forth and so forth down the generations. But now we've been in a position where this is a information society that we live in, whereas we have tons and tons of access to so much information, and now we have the opportunity to utilize that information to make sure that our families and our communities can win and can succeed. So with that being said, okay, that is number 3. So the first one is personally developing yourself. The second one is creating a strategic plan of action. And the third one is to get yourself educated as it relates to group economics. Financial literacy is a very big piece. And that's what I got. I think that this process and what we're dealing with right now with COVID-19, it is a very serious situation. It's installing fear into people's heart. It's causing people to really drop the ball on so many different areas and so many different places in their lives because, we're in a position where we're very vulnerable. We're in a vulnerable state. And I get that. But we got to push through this. And the only way we can push through this is to push through this together. We have to be strong for each other. When you're weak, guess what? We are strong. We're going to step up and we're going to step to the plate and make sure that we can get through this process together as a united force, the way that it's always been designed to be. The way that it's always been designed to be. So take this moment out right now to go ahead and tag your friends, tag your family, share it, follow me on Instagram and on Facebook at quick2motivate. That's quick, the number 2, and the word motivate. So it's quick to motivate. You can also follow my organization at EPOA Inc. That's EPOAINC. And then you can also follow my podcast, which I do every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You can also follow my podcast that I do every Sunday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a good friend of mine by the name of Tanisha Murden. And we go all in. We're all in and all about it. So with that being said, again, I pray this video helped. And you guys have a super fantastic day. Peace.